Hi dancers, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing an all-flat post-ankle or foot injury ballet bar. But before we get started, hit that subscribe button. Today's class is not going to include any relevés and it's going to be extremely slow paced. It's appropriate for a ballet dancer of any age and of any advanced level or even beginner level. This is solely for ballet injury prevention and getting you back into the ballet classroom after having a foot or ankle injury. As you probably know, I am post-op about 13 weeks at this point from a kylectomy and a Kidner procedure. So let's get started today. We're going to start by rolling through the foot to demi point and down. You'll see which one is my operative side and which one is not my operative side. And when you do this, don't just go through the motions. I want you to watch your knee. Watch the tracking goes over the second toe. Watch that your alignment is still following that nice plumb line, where your ear is over the shoulder, over the ribs, over the hip, and just rolling through. And if you have some more pain still from whatever you've been going through, then just try to shift your weight over here to one side, gently coming to a demi point position and working on that alignment, not pushing into the arch. We're not doing anything stressing. We're not doing anything manipulative. We are just moving. We're not putting weight on the foot. It's just a little nice weight shift. Good. Okay, shake that out. And if you're okay to turn out, now I'm going to ask you to turn out a lot less than what you normally do. And the reason is if you have some weakness through your arch, you just sprained your ankle, had a foot surgery, then you're going to end up dropping the arch and you're going to work the wrong muscles and you're going to enter back into class in an unsafe way. So you're going to do turnout very, very little. Think of kicking the leg forward. You have a straight line from the knee all the way down to the middle of the ankle. You're going to rotate just a very tiny bit, put your weight on it, rotate, and place. If you have hyperextension, your thighs are probably going to touch, but your ankles will not. That's okay. Just make sure you're not working into a locked back position, that you feel that activation through the inner thighs. It's a very, very tiny first. And all we're going to do is place our hand on the front of our hip. Find where neutral is here. So fill the belly up with air. Take it out of the ribs. Exhale, bring yourself into neutral. Use the pelvic floor. Lift up through your first. Don't grip in the buttocks. And release it. Fill the belly up with air. And big exhale. Inner thighs are pulled up. Your activation should be more through here and here to hold the turnout, not from gripping and thrusting the glutes forward. Release. Deep rotators are working. I see synergist here. You might feel it more here at this point. We're not really getting into those really big rotation movements right now with the hips. It's not the goal. Okay, once you really feel stabilized and you feel like that line is here, core is active, you're breathing from your belly and not your ribs. And you can place your hand here. All we're going to do is focus on 1, arch lifting. 2, your toes should be spread. You should not be rolling forward. You should not be clenching through the toes. I want lifted arches, spread and relaxed toes. We're doing an incredibly baby plie, a very demi plie, and coming back up. When you go down for your plie, watch your knee goes over that second toe. So flat wall in front, flat wall in back. Each person's turnout of flat is different, but you still have to have that imagery in your mind. It helps keep your knees going over the toe in the right way so that you're not going like this or like this and then hurting your foot and ankle. So we're going to do plies here. Your hand can be here to focus on your breath and your posture, and we're just going to do demi plies. Ready, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have demi going down. 3, 4. We exhale. 5, 6, 7, 8. And demi. 2, 3, 4. We exhale. 6, 7, 8. Dummy 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 5, 6, 7, 8. Dummy 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 5, 6, 7, 8. Go ahead and shake it out. And when you are doing demi-plies, like I said, we're not trying to think of the glutes thrusting and tucking to come back up, because you might end up with a clunk in the back of your hip. You can cause gluteal bursitis and a lot of other things that you don't want as a dancer or even a human. So make sure that your emphasis when you go down is going to be on kind of like a lengthening, sliding down the wall, keep those heels down. And then as you come up, you're going to exhale and pull the inner thighs together. That's always my focus, and it helps me keep my core engaged, versus if you're thinking about thrusting the hips forward, your core kind of gets on a stretch. You don't need that. And as somebody who's had babies, when I think about squeezing my inner thighs, it really helps keep my pelvic floor engaged. All right, coming back to parallel here, we're going to go ahead and do some tendus in parallel. And all we're doing today is we're lifting our arches. And when I say parallel, that's not this and it's not this. Look at your body. Parallel is going to be different for every single person. Your shoulders are going to tell you where your parallel is. Your shoulders line up with your hips naturally, and then your hips should be where your parallel is. So if you have got your feet separated, they should be right in line with your hips. So if you drew a straight line down from, this is called the ASIS, you're going to go straight down through the knee, through the middle of the ankle, and then it shoots to the second toe. There's your parallel. All right, so we're going to hold this position. We are going to have to weight shift in order to do the tendu, just because of how parallel is like this. So you're going to put most of your weight on that inside leg at the bar, and we're going to just go ahead and slide the foot through, roll through dummy. We're not pushing into a crunched position. Our toes should stay lengthened in the tendu. It's the transverse arch that's lifting up. Then you're going to come back through and bring it into parallel, shift your weight back onto do feet, just to give that other foot a little bit of a break. Ready, 5, 6, 7, 8, tendu, hold, and in. Relax, and tendu, and hold. Stretch through the front here. That will help your tendu get it to the maximum end range there. A saggy quad here is not going to help you get to a full tendu, so you got to keep that engaged all the way, and then it can relax and engage through the foot. No expectations here, no judgment. You're recovering, or you're just getting back, or maybe you're just starting. Whatever it is, we're not trying to go for a professional level right now. Even if you were a professional, you're still not trying to go for professional level right now, or you're going to hurt yourself. Keep your arches lifted. This is probably going to be some of the worst tendus you've ever done, and I don't care, and you shouldn't care either. All right, awesome. Now, if you are unable at this point to bear full weight through your operative or your injured side, then you're just going to skip right on to the next exercise. But if you are cleared to stand on that injured leg with full body weight, then our next exercise is just literally switching the side. So we're going to switch sides. This is going to be your injured side taking the full weight. And I am actually going to give myself a little additional support by facing the bar and putting 2 hands on it. So we'll go to the other side. Focus not on that tendu leg. I want you to focus on the standing leg. Make sure the glute med is engaged, because when it's not, your arch will flatten, and you don't want that. So the glute med has to engage. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Focus on the standing leg. I don't care what's happening to that uninjured working leg right now. You'll get your tendus back. It's going to be harder in the leg that's injured. Keep the arch lifted. Lifted, lifted. Alignment through the ear down. When I tend to get stressed, I hold my tension here in my ribs. So try to focus your breath down to your abdomen. Good. All right. And relax. Okay, moving on to the next exercise. We're going to practice some single leg weight bearing on each foot. You're going to try your best to keep your alignment here, but really I think for me, the most important thing was just trying to get even a second or 2 seconds or 5 seconds where I could tolerate pain-free just standing on that leg with my arch lifted. So parallel position. You're going to weight shift onto the injured side. You're going to go to coup de pied. Don't let your hip go here. You're going to engage through the glute med. If you feel like this is atrophied, poke yourself in the bum. Posture forward, so don't let yourself sit back. For me, I'm doing single arm on the bar today. This is a progression. This is a victory for me at this point. It's been really hard to recover, and my glute med is very atrophied right now. We're going to keep holding this. If you feel like you're fatigued already, or it's painful or anything else, just stop. You do not have to follow me. I'm here to guide, but you do not have to follow me if it means pushing through pain or pushing through a precaution that you've been given. All right, and relax. And that was a lot. Just go ahead and pump your ankle. And just for the sake of making sure that we are balanced, we're going to go ahead and go onto our uninjured side. We're going to activate, and if you want to, go for it. Make yourself do crazy arms so that you really challenge your balance here with your core. The more you do arm movements and try to keep the rectangle in a unit, that really challenges your neuromuscular system. And if you just freeze your arms, put them down by your sides, and then make your eyeballs move, that's even an additional challenge. Don't do anything that makes you feel like you're going to step on your injured side and hurt yourself. All right, shake it out. We're going to stay facing the bar because you're going to need that additional support. I'm going to have you be in that very baby turned out position in first. And we're going to practice with our injured leg working, taking it up, relaxed point. You're in passe. Find your posture with your new body. Lift through the standing hip so that it's not sinking. Feel the opening only a little bit at the hip here. We're not going to be totally flat. We're recovering. Keep your spine aligned. Breathe through the abdomen, not your ribs. Tension out of the neck. And come down. Shake it out. And if that single leg balance exercise was enough for you already, where you feel like, yeah, that was really pushing it today. I mean, a couple weeks ago, I wouldn't be able to do this. So that's why I'm filming it now. So we're going to go ahead and take the other side. And you can do a very small turnout if you're ready. This is an optional one. Come up, retire or passe, whatever you want to call it. Figure out where your alignment is. I'm not only recovering from a foot and ankle surgery, but I did have a C-section just 1 year ago. And believe it or not, I am still recovering from that. If you're really feeling daring, you can kind of just do a one hand off the bar situation and alternate, or move your head a little bit if you're feeling good. And then just come down. Don't push it too much on that operative side or your injured side. Again, pump your ankle out. All right, so that was it for today's little mini bar to get you back on your feet again after having a surgery or lower leg injury. I hope you enjoyed today's little mini training, and if you did like this training and you want more trainings like this to help you get back in the ballet classroom or prevent injury or work through your injuries, then make sure you join my Dancer Resilience program, and it will help you get back to the classroom safely and try to stay positive through your time of recovery. We'll see you next time, dancers.